8 meteorologist Michelle Podell is joining us now. She's going to answer one of the questions that you have asked her in her Ask Michelle segment. What do you have today?
Well, my question comes from Jonathan via Facebook. I thought it was a really great question. His question is, how can frost form when the air temperatures are above freezing?
Oh, that is a good
It does
question.
happen from time to time, and it's a really great observation. Well, first, I think it's really important to touch on a couple facts about frost formation. Now, it's a very similar process to how dew forms, except that dew point is below freezing. So when that dew point falls below freezing, the moisture in the air goes straight from a gas to a solid. But if it goes from a gas to a liquid to a solid, that is called frozen dew. So frost forms by going from a gas to a solid. Now, on a clear night, there's no clouds in the sky. That causes all of the heat that we got during the day to escape back up into the atmosphere because warm air is less dense than cool air. So when that happens, the temperature drops quickly, and any moisture that is left in the air begins to freeze, and then we wake up with frost on the ground. But what happens when that air temperature is above freezing? Now, it's really interesting. It makes a lot of sense if you think about it. When we say surface temperature, a lot of times that is recorded a few feet above the ground. Now, think of it. If you've got a thermometer at home, maybe it's on your deck, maybe it's on the side of your house, that's not right on the ground at the grass level or at the ground level. So when we do get a thermometer down at that ground level, say it is 35 degrees at that surface observation, cold air is more dense than warm air. So when that warm air escapes, the cold air sinks right to the ground. So that ground could be 32 degrees or colder, and then that is why you'll get that frost that forms on the ground when that air temperature might be 35. The ground, your car windshield could be 32 degrees or colder because frost will form on substances that are either the coldest or the most moist. And of course, those great surfaces include vegetation because it has a lot of moisture, and metal because it's cold.
Okay.
So it can happen. I thought it was a great question.
Maybe get down on the ground with your thermometer next time, right down on the ground just to double check to see the temp. All right, Michelle. Well, that was a great question, Jonathan. Now, if you have a question that you would like to ask Michelle, here's how you do it.
Well, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at News 8 Michelle. Otherwise, one of our Facebook pages, News 8 This Morning, Storm Team 8 Weather, or my page, WKBT Michelle Podell. Post a question there anytime. I may just feature it on an Ask Michelle segment.
All right. Thanks, Michelle.